But thank you so much again, James, for joining the author's table. And so James, what is your favorite subject matter that you like to read?
Mm, Murder mysteries. That's
Murder
what.
mysteries.
Yeah,
Now,
that they keep me interested more.
okay, what about like murder mysteries that entices you to really sink your teeth into?
And I guess it's the guesswork. You're always guessing what's going to happen. You know.
Yes. Now, do
Yeah.
you like Alfred Hitchcock?
Yeah, I did when it
Yeah.
was right.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely. Now, James, what was your inspiration to start becoming an author? What inspired you?
Early retirement,
Early.
and I had plenty of time to do it. And like I said, had read some of my wife's romance novels,
Sure.
and I thought, well, I can do that. But then I decided to do it on the man's side, not the lady's side.
Different perspective.
Right. And that you asked me yesterday, what word described me, and I asked my wife, and she said friendly.
Friendly.
You said you don't meet a
Yeah.
stranger.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, James, was it difficult or was it easy for you to gather your information and put it together in your first book?
It was easy. I mean, I it's not based. My first book is not based on anything real. The little town, it's in the little town I'm from.
Yes.
Uh, but I just sat down and like discussed yesterday, I just on the keyboard and just started writing out of my head.
Yes. Now,
What a young man! I was young once, and you were
yeah.
too. So we know what young men are like.
Yes. Now, like when you were gathering your information, what did it come to you easy, or did you have some challenges with it?
No, no, it really did. It flowed very easy out of my mind. And same with the other books, the murder mysteries.
Nice.
It just flows naturally as I'm typing.
And 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 as while you're putting it together, you you don't stop. You just
No,
you let it flow.
I just let her flow. Like I said, I might type for 2 or 3 hours one night
Yeah.
because the flow keeps going.
Now, like when you're not typing, and like let's say you're out somewhere
Uh,
and you start getting ideas, how do you somehow document that?
I really don't know that ever happens to me. Usually, I don't, the writing part,
Hmm.
unless I'm here in front of the computer doing it, I don't think much about it.
Oh, okay.
I really don't. Like all these instances, these murders and stuff, the places are actual, but the murders are not. And they're
Right.
just what came in my weird mind, as my brother would say, as I was typing.
Now, because like when you get in front of the, because I know with other authors too, they get into their comfort zone or their area where they like to sit down, and that's where they get creative.
Right.
And
Well,
it,
you can see what here. I have one of those new type houses, so it's just a 2 bedroom, 3 bath place. But this is a little cubicle where my computer is. That's all the space I got. But this is where I come to type
that's awesome. A-
and to
And
let it
it's
roll.
and it's sort of like your quiet area where it's just you and the paper.
Being, yeah, and well, actually, it's if you look back at the hall, it goes into the huge room where everything's at. So I can hear the TV if my wife's in there on it, but
Okay.
I just turn it off,
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me.
Now, like for example, like once you completed your first book,
Right.
now what was your process? Well, actually, I'll step back a little bit. Like when you were putting your book together
Mm.
and you were doing your research and that, like, did you come up with the book cover and the design, the layout?
No, the first book, Luster, Lover, it was Austin Macaulay in London. They come up with the book. I told them that I wanted a red cover and I wanted Lover, Lust, and big letters. And that's what they come up with. Yeah, and just like the rest of them, I told them what I would like, but they drew it. They come up with it.
And of course, you had the final say so if you liked
Right.
it or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. I had the final say so on it.
Now, like when you completed your book, And now, did you already know that you were going to pursue a publisher, or did you do that research after you finished it?
Actually, after I had the manuscript done, then I started looking online at publishing companies that accepted manuscripts
Okay.
of non-agent people. A lot don't.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have an agent, they won't even look at your work.
Now, did you also look at, okay, so they accepted a manuscript, but do they also, or did you also have cost in mind, what this would be?
I had really no thought of what, because I'm brand new at this. So
Okay.
I didn't know what it would cost. And the Austin Macaulay, actually got London instead of US, but it's the same price. And it was over $2,000 for each book that I did with them,
Mm.
which I'll never get
Mm-hmm.
that. But that's why I've changed now to,
Yes.
I did the one self publisher. And now I've got, uh, I pay about $4.99 for them to put my manuscript in book form and give it to the publisher. I don't do any of that. They do the book, the cover for me. I tell them what I want, and they do it for me. And so
Okay. Yes.
it's really good.
That's good. Now, so I think that's good advice. The especially when you look for a publisher, to make sure, you know the pricing,
Oh yeah.
because it could, yeah, it can definitely be overwhelming.
Well, even the newest one I got, the Ingram Sparks, you got to watch with them because if you put it, that it can be returned if it doesn't sell for these people. If they would order 50 and they don't sell them, it comes back to you. You got to pay it all. You got to pay the publisher their printing expenses and lose what you got. So actually, you come out in the red. So mine, those books are no returns.
Mm. I
I
see.
mean,
I
you can't afford
right.
it.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know it either till this one. I was reading it. I was reading what was going to happen because I don't pay them anything. The Ingram Sparks, I don't pay them anything. They get the money on the sale of the book. And
Okay.
I thought, gosh, if these don't sell, I'm up the creek.
Can you like request like how many you want to put out there first, or do they have like a minimum of 50 books, or how?
No, I think anybody orders them
Okay.
can order however many. Now they don't do the one-on-one thing. They
Okay.
they sell them strictly to the stores who,
Okay.
who want to carry them. And, and
So
so,
so it's the stores if they don't sell.
right, they can
Okay.
come back in a certain time.
Ah, see, I didn't know that.
I found out.
Yeah. Now let's talk about Love or Lust. Now that's your first book, and that is towards men, and also it could be towards women.
Yes, it's situations that a single person can get into.
Hmm.
And, we know men maybe be more lustful than women. I don't know about that. But anyway, yeah. But there's in the book, Lust or Love, there's plenty of other than sexual encounters in it. But it's what a young person can happen to them when they leave home for the first time. Actually, I think I should have named it Decisions
Hmm.
instead of this
Okay.
because this young man has to make a lot of decisions in this book.
Now, question. Now, can you change that, or would that just change the whole?
Well, this was done by Austin Macaulay, the
Okay.
and I signed a big contract with him for it. So I'm not too sure that I can change it.
Okay, because they own the.
I own the rights to it, but they still own the publishing rights. I guess you know,
Yes.
so they would probably change it if I paid.
Yes.
If I
that's
pay,
that's that's right.
they'll change.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
So I won't change it.
Now, once you had your book done, you got the publisher, and things were going. Now since then, what has been your feedback towards your book?
Well, some people think it's too raunchy. Is that the word? It has a lot of foreplay leading up to the act of sex, but there's no act of sex in it. It's just foreplay.
Yes.
But if you don't have it in a book, nobody buy it. Hey, I asked one lady who her husband's a minister, and she was going to buy it, and I said, "Now this does have a lot of foreplay." And she said, "Don't worry about it. All of them have foreplay."
Oh,
So
that's well, okay. That's good.
I mean, it's not like an X-rated book.
Right. Right. You gotta leave some imagination in there.
Right, that's right.
That's right.
But it does have things that a lot of young men will come in contact with, and if they don't have a strong will, they'll fall right down. Take care. It's just the way it is. It's life.
That's right. Yes. Now with that first book, um, like, did you ever think about, well, especially after it was published and it's been out there, have you thought of like the process of marketing it, or does the publisher do that for you?
Well, that and the next book was also Macaulay, who's a large publishing company. I just assumed all that would be done, and they did put it out there, but it's strictly online. It's not in a store where somebody can walk in and pick it up.
Okay.
And I don't know how you get a book in a store. I mean,
I- It's
nowadays it's all online.
yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
It trying to get it into Barnes and Noble and all those. It's a lot of, I think, a lot of, could be a lot of red tape.
I don't know how you do it because they got lots of books in their stores.
Yes.
But I guess you have to be from a major, big New York publishing company and have an agent that's pushing your book for you.
Yeah, because like for example, if you wanted to go to Barnes and Noble, and it really depends on the store manager. But if you wanted to do a book signing event at one
Mm,
of their locations, the first question is, are you registered with Barnes and Noble? Do you have an ISBN number?
right. Yeah.
And
They have my book. They sell it, but they just don't have it in the store on the shelf.
it's online.
Yeah, it's online. And they haven't I actually went into Barnes Noble here in Port St. Lucie and asked about it because I didn't realize it was strictly online. I was just starting. Well, they say it's POD. It's uh,
Print on demand.
published on demand,
Yes. Yeah.
and it says when it's that way, they don't carry them in the store.
Mm.
So
So, and I think that's another good what you just said, because I don't think a lot of authors would know that. They just assume that.
yeah, I didn't. I assumed it would be in a store when the
Yeah.
big publisher company did it.
Yes.
I got changed. That was
Yes. Well, let's get into, because you have a series.
yes. I have a series called Backroad Mysteries,
Yes.
and the first one has been out several months now. It's called The Church,
Yes.
and these are all murder mysteries located in the little place of Newcastle, Virginia, in Craig County.
And
The-
where you're from. Yes.
That's where I'm from. All the places in these books are actual places in the county. The sheriff is called Clifford Davison, and he was a sheriff, and his widow said I could use his name. So him and his Janet, it's fictitious, are in all the books, the 6 books. And these books are all murders, different murders in each one, but they're also Janet and Clifford's marriage and raising their family
Okay.
and the problems they get in with their families. That's also included in all the books.
Nice.
And yeah, and the second one of this is called The Tower,
The
and
tower.
it's already this is one of this is the cover for it, and it will be out within I'd say 3 weeks.
That's
It'll,
exciting, isn't it?
but yeah, it'll be out for sale. And this is what they did the cover for me. This New People Writers of U.S. They did this cover. I told them I wanted a fire tower, and this is exactly what would have been there. and you see the little body hanging from the tower.
Ah.
That's in the book. But now I've got, that's only 2 of the 6, and actually I'm working on the 7th one. So there's 5 more books that I have. 4 manuscripts are done, and the one I'm working on is almost done. And I've already made a deal with the Writers of the U.S. because they're giving me a cheap price to go ahead, and I would do all the books. Every 4 months, I want one to come out. Okay.
Excellent.
I'll go in the hole, but if I do go, that's fine. I've written them and they'll be out. They'll be published.
And they'll be ready for the end of this year. By the end of this year.
Uh, One's coming out now, and in 4 months, another will come out.
Okay.
In 4 months, another will come out. So I'll have
Okay.
this. Well, this is July, so in 4 months, November probably,
Sure.
there'll be another one out.
Oh, very good.
I may get him to come out because I'm going back to my hometown for that uh, fall festival
Oh,
and have a booth to sell my books and be there. So uh, I might see if we need to push this because I want it out before October.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So I can have that. That's the second one. The third one, it'll be the third one come out in the series. Because people that have read my first book, the church, they're waiting. They want the second book.
And that is awesome that you lead it that way.
Yeah,
So people are just waiting for you to get that other book out. Yeah.
right. They asked me, when's the second book coming out?
That, that's I mean that has to be, for a writer, that has to be a such gratifying to hear that from someone.
Plus, these are people that I've known all my life that are more critical usually for you than the
Yes.
out there that you don't know.
So you're a local boy done well.
Hopefully, I've done it. Whether it turns out to be monetarily well or not, I don't think it will be. But I don't. At this point, I don't care.
But be positive, James.
Uh,
I think as a writer and someone that it's sometimes it's like when you retired.
mm,
It's like it just happened.
it just
Sometimes you don't plan things. It's there. You
right. I
know,
didn't plan on being writing when I retired early. I didn't really have any plans to write books or anything. It just
and,
happened.
and I think that is fantastic, though. I mean, you figure you're really into what 9 books.
Yeah, I was trying to count them up. There's 10 books
There's
now.
10. Okay, you
I
think
have one that I wrote after the Love or Lust. I did write another in between, but I haven't done anything with it because it's about my family. It
okay.
starts with my grandparents at 1900 and their courtship, and all the way through my parents and me and my brothers up until now.
Oh, that is excellent.
And but for me and my family, yes, it would they would like it, but anybody that doesn't know me, it probably wouldn't mean anything to them, and it's not quite as long as these books.
But do you think too? Because there's so many people, including myself, that has done so much research on our families,
Mm.
and I think too, what you'd be surprised though that people would still read that because maybe they want to do that with their family, but they just don't know how to maybe even start it.
Could be like my brothers. I was always close to my grandparents, and I was really especially close to one of my grandmother's sisters. It's like another grandmother.
Yeah.
And I talked to him, and I've heard these stories about the family. My other brothers never heard them. Where did you learn that at? I said, well, you talk to the older people before they died.
Yeah.
You, yeah,
Yeah. That's right.
and that's where I get some of this information from, just by hearing them from the older people.
Now, where are they? Are they some of them still alive after you
No,
finish?
they're all gone. In fact, I'm the generation still alive.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So,
yeah,
okay, I think that's wonderful though. You can still pass that on to the younger generation in your family to cherish that. I think that's very valuable.
yeah. See, my father was World War II.
Okay, yes.
Or this book, it's not the war, but it's during that time, and you know,
Yes,
my grandparents, it was horse and buggy day.
that's right. Yes. Yeah, you're talking 1800s, right?
Yeah, well, right. My grandparents around 1900. They were born late 1800s. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Yes. Now, have you actually done research on your family, like your tree?
No, I've never done a what you're talking about.
Okay.
I mean, I just know what I've written. I know
Yes, yes.
being around 77 years.
Now, do you in your book, do you actually have like pictures of those family members?
No,
Okay.
no. Actually, it started out. Most of it's all real, but I, sort of exaggerated on the original home,
Oh, okay. Sure.
larger and finer than what my grandparents came from.
Sure. But I
Yeah.
think that's awesome. Yeah. Now, James, like, what advice can you provide to someone that is like starting out, or that wants to be an author, that wants to learn about writing, or like what kind of like what do you look for? What advice can you provide to them?
Well, I think what most people say, write what you know, what you've experienced in your life. Start with that before you start making up stuff.
Okay, sure. Yes.
I had a boy at the gym. I go to the gym all the time, and he said, and he knows that I'm a writer, and he said, I'd sort of like to it. I said, well, unless you sit down at the keyboard and start typing, you won't know. I said, that's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you think you want to, and you get an idea in your head and just start down and type out. You may not like what you type, but you can change it.
That's right.
Uh,
Yes. Like for example, James, are like what are some of the pros and cons of like you think like being a self-publisher or having a publisher?
Well, if you have a really good publisher out of New York, a big one, I think you would have a much easier time of getting your book sold. Me, I mean, I had Altamont College is probably the third largest one in the world, but
Hmm.
there's so many books out there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they only do so much. And if well, you're more experienced because you've been at it probably much longer than me, but I don't know how to put my book out there. I'm on Facebook. My publisher told me you need to be on Facebook at least, and so I'm on there. And when our new book comes out, I put a thing out there about my new book
Yes.
and where you can get it at. And of course, and all my friends are just from back home in Virginia. And so I've got them all listed. And so I send all of them a private message. Hey, my new book is so and you
That's right.
right. But like I say, I'm hoping the guy back home with the two convenience stores, he was trying to carry it, but it's hard for him to get the book from the distributors.
Now, can you supply him the books?
Uh, well, I could order them, but he probably gets them cheaper than what I can buy them for.
Ah. Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So then I wouldn't get any money off of it.
or for maybe he can maybe pay you the money up front first, and then you can send the books. Maybe even have like a where you can sign some or do like a raffle or do like a basket, kind of thing. There's so many different ways of marketing yourself because you're your own brand. And I think with 10 books now, I mean that's really says a lot.
Yeah. We talked yesterday, and I'm in one little 55 community,
Hmm.
but this is one, two, three, there's four more. And I've really not done anything, but I may contact those people and see if I can, when they have their sale thing in their
Yes.
auditorium, I'll take a booth on all of them and
That's
sell.
right. That's say it's a question of it's not you may, it's a question that you will,
Yeah.
you know.
And I did fill out the form you sent me,
Okay, okay, very good.
wrote the check, and it's going to be mailed, but uh,
Just make sure you read that print though, because they said don't send it until after that one date. Because it's for people that live there, they get the first
Oh, you're right. They get the first choice.
and then I think it's September 1st is, but send it maybe 2 days prior to the 1st of September.
So you can't. Okay, I didn't catch that. That you couldn't send it before. Because last time I just filled it out and sent it, and they kept
Yeah.
it. Cashed my check.
Uh,
Well, they kept the check. They didn't cash it.
but make sure you read that.
Uh,
That
I kept it. So I
okay.
get a mail check.
Now,
Uh,
yeah,
my wife asked me, "Where's this gentleman that you're talking to? Where's he live from, or where's he from?" Yeah.
I'm in Central Florida.
Okay, you're okay. So
Yes.
we're all both Floridians
That's
now.
right. That's right. Not originally though. I'm from the great city of Chicago.
Hey, never
Yes.
been there. Been close, but never
It's
to.
it's an awesome city if you've never been there. There's there's anything you want to do, you can do it. They have the fantastic museums, the food, entertainment.
Mhm.
There's nothing there. If you get bored, there's a problem.
Right. The book you're talking about, Chicago. This book, Love or Lust. It has episode. It keeps going back to the guy. He's at the Golden Gate Bridge thinking, and the reason that's there because I spent a year and a half in San Francisco when I was in the army.
Oh, really?
Well, I know a little about the city, so
Yeah.
that's incorporated in this book.
Well, thank you, James, for your service as well.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, of course, I didn't know that, but thank you for bringing that up.
I thought I'd be.
That's right. I like it. I like it. Now, what are some of your marketing strategies now that you have 10 books or are going to have 10 books?
I really don't have any. That's the problem. You know, new people like me, we don't know what to do. It's just word of mouth. Like say Facebook, sure, yeah, I've got it on there. And the guy back home, I know if I could get him
Mm-hmm.
set up to sell these books, I think that I would sell probably anywhere from 500 to 1,000 every book there.
Mm,
Because the place I'm from has 5,000 people in the whole large county. It's a large county, but it's rural. It's a lot of forestry land and a lot of just beef farms.
okay,
That's
sure, sure. Yes.
what there's 5,000 people in a county. Well, say 1,000 people read out of the 5,000. Well, maybe 500 would read murder mysteries
And
from a
you
guy that's from there.
well, that's what I mean. I think because you're from there, and
Right,
as an author, and especially if you have some type of promoting before you get there, people are going to say, "Oh, he's coming, and he's from here," so
right.
you know they're going to attend.
See, last year, it's called the Newcastle Record. It's a little paper comes out once a week. They had a big front page spread on me. Local boy is published author.
I love it.
And everybody knew that I was going to have a booth at this. And, but I don't know whether the lady that did it no longer works for him. So I don't know whether I can get that done again this year or not.
Well,
Bring me back.
well, just reach out and just see. You know, absolutely. But that is the kind of stuff in marketing you need to do, especially with the events you go to. And yeah, I mean, like for example, your booth.
Right.
Like, what do you have at your booth when you advertise yourself? What do you have?
I'll have two big easels with
Okay.
posters on them. And usually this last one I'd made a printout of my books and stuff, but I taped them on the
Oh,
across the front of it.
yes,
Try to catch somebody's eye.
absolutely. And I think color,
Yeah.
colors that pop. Like if you have like a nice tablecloth of some sort.
Well, I
Uh,
have a black tablecloth I normally use.
okay, okay.
And see, that's why the red it popped on that black tablecloth.
Now, do you have like business cards or like bookmarks that kind of stuff too, or no?
Uh, I had bookmarks with the Austin Macaulay. They gave me free bookmarks,
Okay.
but then they gave me 25 free books. But I don't get that with this other people. I
Okay. Yeah.
buy it from them. I did have some business cards made up, but I'm really not happy with them. So
Okay.
I need to have some more done.
Yeah. And I think too, not to get like all like like you're at a convention, but to have enough stuff to entice people to come to your booth.
Yeah.
Even for example, like if you created a little video and have it like on a loop, like for example, if you had it on a flash card of some sort, where you have like a monitor, a small monitor where they can see that. Just
I don't have any of that, but yeah.
their ideas. I mean, just you know, but yeah, anything to grab the reader's attention. You know,
Right. Yeah.
but I with 10 books though, I mean that says a lot. It really
Yeah.
does, especially out of retirement. That's good. That is awesome, James.
Yeah, that's why I want to go ahead and just get them published so that
Yeah.
when I do have something, I've got them all laying there.
Yes.
If you buy this one, you're going to want to buy these other
Yeah.
stuff.
And how do you feel? Is it important to engage the like the customer, like when they're walking around at your booth? Is it important to you to engage with them, or you just sort of watch and see what
Well,
happens?
if they're at my booth, then of course, back then I knew a lot. But then it was the fall festival. There was a lot of people I didn't know. They come out of the city to the small place.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, I don't mind talking to people. Like I said, I don't. That's the hardest thing for me in this larger place from a small place. When I was raised, you look people in the eye, and even if you didn't know them, you smiled,
That's right.
even if you didn't speak. Here, you can't do that. You get this weird look. What kind of pervert are you?
Oh,
You can't really be friends with people, and that goes against my nature. I'm all naturally just. If I see somebody, if I saw you, I would smile at you, even if I didn't speak, walking by.
and I think that's what people need, just that smile.
Yeah, they
And
do.
I mean, it doesn't cost anything. It's free. You
Right,
know,
right.
So now, what platform do you have, James, for people to like purchase your books and learn more about you?
Well, I really don't. I don't have a website,
Okay,
and but I'm not. I just don't know how well a website would do for me. I mean, how much good it would be. I do have an author's page at Austin Macaulay if somebody's looking at theirs, and I have one at Amazon where there.
okay.
So, but other than that, I mean, how do you? I really don't know. How do you get somewhere somebody would see you? You know, I actually wrote the paper here at Port St. Lucie and told that I was a local author. Would they be interested in doing any kind of a spill on me? I never heard from them.
Well,
Guess they
y-
weren't interested.
uh, just think too. That's one time.
Uh,
So, I think too because you go to different groups too, author groups, right?
mm, I went to the one in Melbourne where I met you,
Okay, okay, sure.
and I wanted to go to the one that you sent me there.
Yes,
But that's the only two I've been experienced with.
because I think like especially if you go to like a book group, author group, like if you have one in your community there.
Oh, okay, this
eh,
I don't know about that.
Okay, but maybe like ask. It's like
That's right.
I'm interested in a website. What do you do? How do I sign up? Like, what's the pros and cons? I mean,
Right.
and I think that's where you can maybe reach out to those kind of groups where they can maybe assist you.
Yeah.
And then,
I, yeah. On Facebook, I actually joined a couple of those books,
okay, okay.
but it's just like here I am bragging about my book.
Oh, well,
I haven't got much out of those.
okay. And too, and it's not for everyone,
Uh,
because maybe you excel at the actual book signing event where you do very well at. Cause and plus too, you have your books in hand, and online you don't.
right.
And two, it takes a little time to maintain a website. It takes. I mean,
Right.
it's a pro and con for me.
Well,
I enjoy it. So
do
it's.
you do a blog on your website?
I don't do a blog though, no, but I do have my books and some merchandise on there that I do sell. Yes.
Okay, because I understood when the writers of U.S. they wanted me to let them do a website for me, and they'd handle it for a year and then turn it over to me.
So what does that mean though? Once it's turned over to you,
It's mine. Yeah.
so then you can do whatever you want with it
Right. Do whatever they want, but they have it up and running, and they'll take care of it for a year to make sure it stays up to date.
for a
And
fee.
yeah, for a fee.
Yeah.
That yeah, $500.
Is that a year or is that?
That's for to do it and keep it for a year.
And then so once they turn it over to you,
Then it's mine, and I guess I'll probably have to pay whoever that
oh,
website are,
okay,
whatever it is a month. But they told me on that one I could sell my ebooks
yes,
right on there. I got all the money, but my other books, I could have them there, but I couldn't sell them. I
what?
could tell where they could get them at.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So yeah, yeah, it's like you're in the middle.
right.
Yeah,
I don't. I guess the ebooks, it's all online stuff, so that's easy. But then the hard copy stuff, paperback books, that's got to come from some publisher, so they got to go there to get it.
okay, okay. Well, there are things that they can still be resolved and taken care of, but it's just for you to really get a grasp of really how it works and what's involved.
So that's my problem. I really don't know. I went online, I told,
Yeah,
and I set up the website and got to the point where they said, "Well, you got to pay this so much a month." And it's supposed to be a free website. Well, and when I got that, it turned me off.
yes, yeah,
So I just left it right where it was, and it's still out there. The website is, but I'm sure it's not up.
right, yes, yes.
Right.
Well, I mean, you have time to ponder and do research, and that's fine. Now, now, when is your next book signing event? Is that possibly the one in November?
That'll probably be one November, unless I wanted to have one here, but
Yes.
September I will be in Outer Banks, North Carolina, with my brothers and their wives, so I won't miss the one here
Yeah.
unless I can
Yes.
come up with another one of these communities that's going to have it.
Sure.
They take one, and I will check into that.
You know, there's a lot of the retirement communities, though. All you need to do is go to the front office
Uh,
and then ask them if you know that you're an author, and when you have your business cards, give it to them and say, I would like to do a book signing event, or maybe where I can speak to the audience, kind of
right.
thing. And
Yeah.
I think they would enjoy that.
Yeah. I did the one to one ladies of Lake here. That,
Okay.
I was their guest speaker, and it was fine. But I didn't sell a couple books because these are all older people and they don't want to spend money. Some of them don't have the money.
Oh,
You know,
okay, sure.
there is one thing, and maybe you can help me. On Austin Macaulay, my book sold for like 10.95, 11.95, and I noticed on this one, Ingram, some of those people they want $15 for the books, and that seems a little high for a paperback book to me.
Yeah, I think there's that's where I think research needs to come in.
Uh,
For example, you can put a book together and put $20 on it, but but the like maybe the subject matter or how it's put together and all it plays such a and it plays such a role in you know how you want to promote yourself,
right.
because you can either price yourself out or ask too little.
Well, I didn't. I
Yeah.
only on this one that they did Ingram Smart. Uh, the hard copy I bought also it was 19.95,
Okay.
but I priced the paperback at 11.95. Now
Okay.
I may not make as much money, but I don't care. I'd rather see it sell and not
Yes.
make money.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's where, especially like the size of the book, subject matter. Is it a soft cover? Is it a hard cover? You
Yeah,
know, and same thing too. I think with ebooks, you can price too little or even too high on an ebook, and people then won't buy it. You know.
I
So
think my books are like 450.
okay.
Something.
Okay. And now how have is the ebooks doing pretty well for you, James?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I don't know yet.
Oh,
I do. I got a small thing from Amazon, so something sold, but I haven't got paperwork from it. All I got was a deposit in the bank for like $20. It
okay.
wasn't.
Because you can go onto the KDP on
I can.
Amazon. Yep,
It's a,
and then you can go in there, and then it gives you a breakdown when it's sold,
right,
that kind of thing. So, and I think Amazon only pays out it's
every 60 days or something like
something
that.
like that. Yes, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I have trouble getting back to back. You have to go back to your bookshelf,
yes.
and I have trouble getting back there to find my bookshelf. Uh, what do I do wrong? I mean, go to Amazon Kindle and my book,
Mm.
but lots of times I can't get there.
Oh, I'm not sure why.
The
Y-
I I don't know. I just don't know how. I've been there enough, I guess. Next time we'll write it down.
yeah. All right, James, you ready for the 2-minute lightning round?
Oh goodness me.
Okay, here we go. Now, what vacation spot is on your bucket list that you have not visited yet?
That could be a lot. I have been to Europe for a month, but none of Europe was any prettier than the U.S.
Okay.
I thought about taking the train all the way across Canada.
Oh, there you go. That would be gorgeous.
Yeah, a bit, but not in the wintertime.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be nice.
Okay.
Like I say, we took a month's tour of Europe
Nice. Oh, it's
and
awesome.
enjoyed it, but not
Yep.
as I found out USA is just as pretty.
That's right. There's a lot to see in this country alone.
Right.
Absolutely. So, who is your favorite actor?
Well, I have to go back to older, I think. Uh, Maureen O'Hara. You even
Ah,
talk about
yes, I do. Red hair.
right.
Oh yeah, I know.
I
Yep.
like
Now, what is your favorite color?
blue.
Blue. What type of music do you enjoy listening to?
Easy listening.
There
Give
you
me
go.
elevator music.
There you go. That's
Actually, on my car on Sirius, I listen to '60s gold.
oh really? Oh, nice.
That's
Okay.
what I listen to.
Very good. Now, do
I
you?
don't like current music. I just think.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be. Now, do you have a pet peeve, and what is it?
Oh gosh. Down here driving on US 1, there's a lot of pet peeves.
Yeah.
Idiot motorcycle riders, old people who don't know where the accelerator is when the light turns green.
All right. What is your all-time favorite movie?
Uh, that's a good question.
You like Turner Classic Movies?
I like what?
Turner Classic Movies?
I never watched them. Actually, where I lived, we didn't have any. All we had was three channels. We didn't have
Mm-hmm.
this or network or anything for a long, long time. I have in one of my bedrooms behind the door. I have probably 800 videos that I bought because we didn't have it. We had to just buy it and watch it, keep it. Uh,
Okay, everybody go to James' house, watch TV.
right. I like the one. Oh, in London, England, and she's on the market, the Flower Girl, Audrey Hepburn.
uh, um,
Yeah.
I know it was with
Or-
Gregory Peck.
No, that's the one. She was the princess. She's a flower girl down in the thing, and Rex Harrison plays in it with her.
Oh, that's
You know the one I'm talking.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
No,
No,
no, I know that like the back of my hand.
I can see Rex Harrison too.
And they go. He teaches her
Yes,
how to speak.
yes,
Takes her to the ball.
yes. Okay, that is a good movie. I can't think of
Yeah,
it either.
yeah.
Now, who is your favorite director?
I I don't pay attention
Okay,
to directors
okay.
really.
What is your favorite food?
Oh, I'd say probably I made the steak and gravy.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
steak and gravy, mashed potatoes.
there you go. I like it. Now, finally, what would you rather do? Go to the theater to watch a movie or go to the theater to watch a play?
I believe I prefer a play.
Play. Excellent. Very good. Well,
We
well,
have, we have a school here that puts musicals on like 3 times a year. Yeah, it's a high school. You know about talented kids that keep going through that high school.
that's awesome. That's wonderful to know.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a real thing. It's
that's
really good.
that's good. Well,
Not much like real life.
yeah. Well, James, this has been a fantastic afternoon, and I thank you again for taking the time out of your schedule to be on the author's table, and I really enjoyed it very much.
I enjoyed it too, and thank you for having me.
And of course, and please keep me in the loop, and I hope to see you in November.
Okay.
And just look over your form that I sent,
I
just to
will.
make sure. Yes, and but I,
Mail it
yeah,
soon.
but I wish you the very best, James.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome, and you have a fantastic rest of your day.
I will try, and you too.
Thank you, James. Okay,
Uh,
bye
bye
bye.